got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it takes control.
Richardson floating too tall. Xavier McKinney, 2 games with the Packers and 2 interceptions.
We get to play with vision on the quarterback, be able to just trust in what we see and go out there and make a play, so it's been fun.
Richardson throws an interception. Picked off by Eric Wilson, who's made several plays today.
He's just consistent. That's the best way I can describe him. And he just goes out there and executes, and he does it in 2 phases of the game. He does it on defense and then on teams as well.
One other special teams maven coming up clutch on Sunday, punter Daniel Whelan, who placed all 3 of his punts inside the 20.
High floater carrying toward the near right side. It hits on the 5, backs up out of bounds. Well done by Daniel Whelan.
He's a guy that we were really encouraged about a year ago, and you just continue to see the work that he's put in, how serious he is about his craft, and he continues to get better and better and better. And when you have a guy that can flip the field, that's a real weapon.
Meanwhile, on offense, quarterback Jordan Love returned to practice on Wednesday. And while his status for this week is uncertain, Love is still thrilled about last Sunday's winning performance.
I'm very proud. I mean, I think offensively we played really well. I mean, the O-line dominated all game. The backs did a really good job. And that's everybody. It takes everybody. The tight ends, the receivers blocking, doing their job. But the run game was on point. I think Malik did a great job. I think what we did last week, I think, gives everybody more confidence, going forward. If I'm not clear this week, so I love that. I love that we got the dub, and it's a big confidence boost going forward in this next week.
Wilson. He's not just for special teams anymore. When the Packers play their base 4-3, Eric Wilson is one of the 3 linebackers. But they don't play base a lot, so he doesn't get a lot of snaps from scrimmage, but the ones he gets, he makes count. Right here, the Colts are running a screen pass, and Eric is currently getting blocked. But he spins out of that block, but he still has a long way to go between him and Jonathan Taylor, one of the best backs in the league. But watch Eric. He is one of those dudes who takes it personal. Like it's on him to make the play. He makes it or nobody else. And when he makes it, he does so in textbook fashion. Look at that tomahawk chop. Out comes the football. And unfortunately, it gets knocked out of bounds before the Packers can recover, but it's still a terrific play. Later in that drive, it's 3rd and 1 from the Packer 28, and here comes the option, and Eric Wilson has 2 problems. One is Anthony Richardson, who runs a 4-4-3, and the other is Trey Sermon, who holds the single-game rushing record at Ohio State. But somehow, some way, Eric splits the difference and forces the pitch. And once again, he takes it personal. He's got to make this play, and there's no way Sermon is getting to the sideline and outside. Eric forces the play back inside, reinforcements arrive, and the Colts lose 4. And they miss the field goal. Next drive, the Colts in Packer territory, and they're throwing the football, and they want to get it to Michael Pittman, absolutely, positively their best receiver. The Packers and Eric dropping into zone coverage. Now they give Eric some eye candy to distract him, but Eric is disciplined and he maintains his vision on the quarterback. And where that quarterback goes, he goes, and he's in perfect position for an outstanding interception. Eric played 8 snaps from scrimmage against the Colts, and he made 3 terrific plays. Eric also had part-time duty against the Eagles, But once again, he made his presence felt in a big way. You talk about crushing a block. Look what he does to this Eagle tight end. Absolutely embarrasses the guy. Then he and TJ Slayton stop Saquon Barkley for a loss of 1. Eric had 4 tackles, 2 of them for a loss against the Eagles. Now he is the Packers' leading special teams tackler the last 2 seasons running. But last week, after the Eagle game, I asked him, do you think you get enough credit for your play from scrimmage? Here's what he said.
You know, I'm not sure. That's not up to me to really give two about. I appreciate you for you know, giving me that credit, but I go out there and man, I just do my job and do what's best for the team. So whatever that is, I'm there to you know, make a positive impact for us.
Here, he's in his first season in Green Bay. He's got, as he said, 2 picks in 2 games with this new team.
Look at that
What's
guy.
up? What's up?
What's up, man? Is it that cold already?
Wait, we can't hear you. Where's the mic?
No. Uh-oh.
Yeah!
I like that. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a early morning for me, so I'm still just kind of waking up a little bit.
Okay, well, enough with this tiny mic social media segment. We're going large mic with Xavier McKinney. That's how we're going to do this whole interview here on GMFB. Xavier, what's happening? So the hoodie, it lends me to my first question. The last time you were on our show, we love having you in studio. We got to run it back when in the off season. We talked fashion. So I'm from the Midwest. I get it. What's shopping been like for you in preparation of your first Green Bay winter? I don't want to hear about, oh, I was in New York. It's the same. It's not the same. You need different kind of cold weather gear, and we're going to start with that hoodie. So what's it been like prepping?
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot different. Obviously, there's not as many, you know, shops and places to go. But I kind of been using all my old stuff. I kind of had some stuff in the archives that I brought out that I haven't really worn. So I got to get some bigger coats, though. I have, like, no big coats right now. So I know I'm not really prepared. I'm going to start kind of getting one. I know. I'm trying to get ahead of it before it gets me.
Yeah, you need a big coat, but specifically a bigger size to put all the hoodies on underneath the coat. That's the key. So that's for a couple months from now. Let's talk about this weekend. Your quarterback, Jordan Love, brutal to see what happened to him in Brazil. Now, all of a sudden, he's hopeful to return on Sunday. He practiced on Wednesday. Now, I know you're on the other side of the ball, but you got to be pretty close with your quarterback, watching him operate. How's Jordan Love look this week?
I mean, he looks good. Obviously, he's still prepping and doing all the things he needs to do to prepare. You know, and for us, we just support him with anything that's kind of going on. And for us as a team, obviously, we're just trying to prepare for the week and be ready for this team on Sunday. So that's really kind of what it's been. We have a standard that, you know, we try to hold ourselves to. And every day we come into the building, practice-wise, you know, in the meetings, we try to make sure that we're you know, upholding that standard and making sure that we're preparing ourselves the right way.
All right, so we had you on the show last year, former Giants captain. They let you walk in free agency. You get to Green Bay. You get that money as you deserved. And then this thing happens with Love, as Jamie's alluding to, and it's like the season's done. Jordan Love's hurt. And then last week, you guys go out there and you run the crap out of the ball. You stop Indianapolis every way they can, and you guys find a way to beat the Colts. I give out a Coach of the Week award each week on this show. I gave it to Matt LaFleur. I said the fact that this team held their head high and won with Malik Willis 3 weeks into his tenure there was pretty miraculous. Did you guys feel pretty good going into that game? And just how good was that game plan from not only Coach LaFleur, but Coach Hafley as well?
Yeah, I mean, we felt great. You know, as a team, we felt like we had a great week of practice. We had a great week of prep. And like I said, like for us, it doesn't really matter, you know, who's in there. We all we all prepare the same way, and we try to make sure that, you know, whoever, you know, has to go in the game, you know, when that's next man up, it's ready to go. And so we try to make sure that there's never, you know, any fall off. Like I said, we try to keep the standard. And we had a great week of prep, and, you know, plan on doing the same thing this week. But I think, big credit to the coaches for being able to get us prepared for the week. And obviously the guys putting in the work to make sure that, they had to do what they had to do individually to be prepared for the week. So I think in total, just as a whole and as a team, I think we did a great job last week, and we just plan to, do the same thing this week.
Yeah, the coaches have done a great job, Xavier, both offensively, defensively. You guys, and you particularly, are off to a great start with 2 interceptions. I mean, interceptions in both games. That's amazing. This defense actually leads the league in takeaways. Like, how are you feeling with this matchup against the Titans, especially coming off of your first home game win? Are you guys going to not only – well, I'm going to just ask you straight up. You looking for another interception in this one? You think you have the tape on Levis?
Yeah, man. Like every week, that's my plan. I plan on, getting an interception every week. So, I think I've done a great job with preparing myself and, just trying to get certain tips, of their offense and obviously Will Levis try to create an opportunity for me to even get an interception. I try to make sure I do that every week, but. Yeah, man, I'm trying to keep this thing going, keep this thing rolling. Obviously, there are, really big things that I want to do this year. And, I think I've done a great job of just having a fast start, and I plan to kind of keep that thing rolling.
You have had a great start. You've had a great season already. It's 2 games in. We've also waited this far into the interview to ask you the most important topic, Xavier. I just hope you're ready for this. It's kind of a big deal. Your teammate, center Josh Myers, vomited all over the football in the middle of the game last week. He's full on, ready to snap it, and this dude unloads an entire payload of puke all over the ball, to which Malik Willis told Matt LaFleur, I didn't want to throw it and couldn't throw it because the whole ball was covered in barf. Have you seen this? Has the team gotten a hold of this? What do they think? Because I have a follow-up question, but tell us, does the team know about that this happened?
Yeah, so we actually watched it in the team meeting. Watched like the highlights of the game, and I didn't know that that actually happened until I think after the game. But we talked about it at the team, and I was like, yeah, that's crazy. I don't like. We was talking about it, and if I was Malik, I probably would have just dropped the ball, to be honest with you. But I think he might have barely. I think he barely missed the ball. Like he threw up and like he did it, away from the ball. So I don't know how much got on the ball, but we did see Malik wipe his hand a little bit. So I'm glad that I wasn't in that situation because I might.
All right, well, not yet. Here's a question for you.
Okay.
Titans center Lloyd Cushenberry III. It's a 3rd and 9. It's in the third quarter, let's say, and you're lined up. You're kind of looking at the quarterback, looking at the offense, and you happen to notice that right before the snap, he pukes all over the ball and saturates the ball with his vomit. Will Levis throws one in your direction that maybe you could pick off. Would you have any hesitation knowing that this is a barf ball coming your way?
Barf ball?
See, that's a good point. You make a good point. I'm probably gonna catch those for sure. So I'm probably not gonna need to question that one. I need all the ones I can get.
Are you gonna do the Deion Sanders and put like the ball in your face like
But
this?
he's just trying to shake the vomit off.
I ain't gonna do that. I might just go down just so I can get the play over with. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, that's the one. That's the one. You lateral the ball to Jair Alexander. Let him deal with it. Just you go. I don't want to. There you go. You take it. That's it. Yeah.
Xavier McKinney, we appreciate you so much, man. So glad to see you and hear from you. Good luck this weekend. Stay healthy and come on the show next time. All right, in the off season, we're gonna have you.
Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Brew Pub. Lots of matzo pizza. Elton, last week, Matt LaFleur said he kind of put it on you guys. What were you guys thinking going in, your approach?
Man, really just telling the guys we had to come out here with a different mentality. He said we was gonna run the ball a lot. I feel like we did a good job up front, and our running backs as well. Just being able to be physical at the point of attack and just kicking those guys out, and creating the hole for the running back. I try to take pride in things like that.
You guys finished with 261 yards rushing, but you had 237 at the half. How did that kind of a start affect you?
I mean, it was great, especially like I think in the first we had 150. So on the sideline, I was actually telling the guys they go for 300 to 400. I think the first goal was to go for 200, and then once we seen that we got past that, we was like, okay, let's try to double it up. I feel like for the whole game, we definitely was like trying to get after them.
Jacobs breaks a tackle 40, 45, 50, down the left sideline. Wow, what a run!
Elgton Jenkins, excellent work. One of your gifts, terrific hands and feet. Are those, would you say, God-given, or are they man-made? Are there things you did to improve the hands and the feet?
Kind of both of them, but most definitely one of the things that I had to work at. When I first got here, I was like, I didn't have good aiming and timing with my hands, so just being deliberate with my approach in practice, just being able to get those things down was one of the key things. As an O-lineman, I know, Larry, you probably know, like once you make contact with a guy, you can't stop moving your feet.
Yeah, I was an O-lineman, but I wasn't like Elgton Jenkins. I was a try-hard guy, and to be perfectly honest, Elgton, it's a little annoying to see how easy it looks when you get the job done, and it's not easy at all, but you make it look easy. I almost get annoyed, I have to be honest.
Yeah, man, I mean, it is God-given, but I know, Larry, man, you played football, and I feel like you was more than a try-hard guy, you know what I'm saying? You definitely put your work in.
Leadership starts with performance. You are a performer. How do you approach leadership?
I think it's a more natural thing. I like to be a guy that leads by example. Just being able to show the younger guys, like, you know, you got to come in every day and be consistent with your approach, even if it's practice or if it's working out or if it's eating nutrition and things like that. The things you do in practice gonna be the things that translate to the game. So more naturally than anything.
The rest of your career, goal-wise, what are you hoping to get done, both individually for Elgton Jenkins and for the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, my number one goal right now, honestly, is to win the Super Bowl. I feel like if I win the Super Bowl, it'll kind of like cap off my career, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things I want to do, like be a champion. It's just gonna take grind and being able to step my game up each week.
Titans hope the third time is the charm, or third week in this case. Still no wins in 2024. They're at home taking on the visiting Green Bay Packers, who found a way to get in the win column sans Love.
He's got room. Josh Jacobs gallops free.
Run the ball well, make a few good pass plays, play hard-nosed defense. Some old Green Bay Packers head coach won a few games using that philosophy a while back, used it again last week for a win, could use it again this week, not facing a hot quarterback they are, and their secondary just came off a 3 INT game of Anthony Richardson.
It is tipped up there and intercepted.
Now Green Bay goes up against Will Levis. Rough week 1, then follows with a 2-turnover game, 1 INT, under 200 yards passing, sub-90 rate.
Deep shot on the way. Contested ball, but the Jets come away with it.
Levis still didn't have 100% healthy D-Hop, just 2 targets, 1 9-yard catch. His go-to has been Calvin Ridley. He scored twice, once on a run, once through the air, 77 yards receiving.
Ridley to the corner, touchdown. The speed of Calvin Ridley.
If Hopkins isn't fully healthy, Ridley probably gets hit with Jair Alexander. He and the secondary held Michael Pittman to 21 yards on 7 targets.
Richardson goes outside to Pittman, and it was knocked out of there by Jair Alexander.
Look for Green Bay's pass rush to make a mark. Rashawn Gary, Preston Smith, Devontae Wyatt, among others. Wyatt with a sack last week. Levis dropped 7 times in 2 games, 4 times last week. Levis has faced pressure over 50% of his dropbacks. That is ridiculously high.
Very quickly across the face of Dylan Radins and right into the grill of Will Levis.
Levis did pick up 38 yards on the ground, just 4 carries too. Much more efficient than either of their running backs. Tony Pollard, 3.6 a carry versus the Jets. Tyjae Spears, 3.3. This is where Green Bay's defense was susceptible a week ago to runners. Allowed Ant to hit him for 9.3 a scamper. Jonathan Taylor, 8.6 a run on 12 carries, gave up a C note to him.
More good patience, another first down run for Jonathan Taylor.
The run game led the way for Green Bay's offense last week, which was semi-expected. Josh Jacobs starred, 32 carries, $1.50, 4.7 a pop. He comes in feeling himself.
Josh Jacobs broke a tackle and turned nothing into a gain of 15.
And look at that. Titans defense he's squaring off with gave up 4.4 run to Breece Hall, gave up 4.7 to Braylon Allen, both running backs.
Allen cuts it to the outside. He's gone. Touchdown, Jets.
Tennessee didn't have to worry about the quarterback taking off. They will this week. What are you talking about, Willis, you ask? Yes, Malik, he ran for 41 yards in his first Green Bay start, and they may not have passed a lot, but how about 12 for 14, 8.7 yards per attempt, a rating over 125, a touchdown, no picks.
That is just a great ball by Malik Willis, putting that out on his front shoulder.
Dontavian Wicks hauled in his TD catch. Romeo Doubs led the team with 62 yards.
Willis, his first downfield shot for Romeo Doubs. Went over the top and hauled it in.
Tennessee's secondary Willis faces didn't give up a lot of yards to Aaron Rodgers, only 176 and just 5.9 yards per attempt.
3rd and 2, and they take a big shot for naught.
They didn't pick him off, though. 2 touchdowns allowed, though both were to running backs. They kept New York's top wide receiver in check, 57 yards allowed to Garrett Wilson. Willis faces plenty of talent when it comes to Tennessee's pass rush. Harold Landry bagged Rodgers twice. He has 3 now for the year.
Sacked! Back at the 25, Landry again!
Green Bay Packers, all their storied history, are down to the Titans all-time 8-6. Let's go back to the Oilers days, 1983. First game of that season, a classic. Earl Campbell, 3 touchdowns, 123 yards. Lynn Dickey, 5 TD passes for the Packers. 41-38 Green Bay overtime win.
Welcome to Best of the Locker Room. You probably know Jordan Love is a definite maybe for Sunday's game against the Titans. What you may not know is how Jordan felt about the team's performance without him against the Colts.
I'm very proud. I mean, I think offensively we played really well. I mean, the O-line dominated all game. The backs did a really good job, and that's everybody. It takes everybody. The tight ends, the receivers blocking, doing their job. But the run game was on point. I think Malik did a great job. What we did last week, I think, gives everybody more confidence, going forward. If I'm not clear this week, so I love that. I love that we got the dub, and it's a big confidence boost going forward in this next week.
So Malik Willis finds himself in sort of a football limbo. What's not knowing if he'll start due to his preparation? In a word, nothing.
You just got to prepare as a starter regardless, and I think that's the mindset you have, whether you're starting or not starting. You just prepare to go out there and execute each play that could be called, would be called, and may be called. So I think that's more mentality to have than, am I starting this week? I'm not going to prepare any differently. Either way, that's what I'm saying.
Malik may get the chance to start against the team that traded him away less than a month ago. If you think that's going to add some fuel to his fire, think again.
No, I could care less, bro. No, I think I got paid the whole time I was there, bro. I'm more than blessed for the opportunity they've given me, and they brought me into this league, whether those guys are there or not. That organization, they took a shot on me, Miss Amy, and they did a great job by me, all I'm concerned.
Game, you said, the coach said get your blocking gloves or something along those lines.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Is that, are you preparing that, regardless of who that quarterback, kind of that?
Yeah, with the back we got, we always got to be ready for that. With a guy that can make plays and make people miss like that, we always got to be ready, to block in the run game. So that's any given week for us.
They say about the best teams, they can win in different ways.
Yes.
Obviously, you had a huge receiving day in week 1.
Yes.
You've run the ball 53 times in week 2. How much pride do you take in being able to be one of those teams that can beat teams differently?
Yeah, man, that's every week. You got to be ready to adjust because, every team plays a little different. So you got to, stick to the game plan really and just, follow and execute the plays that are in that week.
What sort of belief and buy-in is there when coach draws up a game plan like that?
Yeah.
It hasn't been seen in the NFL that many rush yards in a quarter since Tim Tebow's Broncos, 13 years ago. What sort of buy-in do you get when you hear we're going to run it how many times and then it actually works?
any given Sunday, like I said, you know, we got a back that can do that. So, like, we got to be ready to, you know, do our job for him because it takes all 11 to win the game. So, you know, whatever that game plan is, you know, previous week before that, the coach struggled stopping the run. So, you know, we had a great game plan for it, and, you know, we had to put our blocking gloves on.
Are the Titans a little bit different defensively, though, than the Colts in that regard?
I would say a little different, but I will say their DBs are really aggressive, you know, coming down on the run. So we do got to be prepared for that and still be ready, you know, to do our 1-11 there.
Was yesterday just kind of a rest day for you? Just kind of rest, recover type?
I guess you could say that.
You feel good today?
I feel good.
Have you ever been a decoy as much in your career as you were last week?
Yeah, I have been actually. Yeah, I mean in college a little bit. So you know, because you know in college, you know they may throw some double teams on you. So you know, you gotta play your role. You know, whatever week it is. You know, every week is different. So.
What do you have to do to prepare for an even hotter day this Sunday?
Hydrate, get some carbs. You know, and just take care of your body.
When does the hydrating start?
Right now. Yep.
Does it help that you played a hot game last week?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just going down there to Tennessee, that definitely helps us here, you know, being in Green Bay, you know, getting some heat, you know, to prepare for it.
So it's one of those questions where I'm not really sure how to answer it, I guess. As far as my injury, I'm not going to like dive into details about it, but it's just, you know, we ran the ball really hard, and my play style, I play extremely physical, and that's just kind of what we're dealing with. As far as game time, like that, me playing on Sunday won't be a game time decision. Just got a little banged up. That's really about it.
To clarify, game time decision meaning you plan to play, or you will know in advance.
I will be playing on Sunday. There's not a discussion about that. It's just, you know, regulating the amount of contact we get through the week. Really, just last week was just a really physical game. You know, ran the ball really hard downhill for 4 quarters, and I like to hit people really hard, and sometimes that hurts. So.
Have you ever been in a game where you 53 rush attempts blocking for that much? Just the physicality of that kind of a game?
No, that was different. I mean, especially, you know, with our quarterback situation and everything, like towards the end, they know we're going to run the football. So things just changed from a defensive perspective. You know, linebackers aren't sitting at the second level waiting, you know, to read run or pass. They're filling gaps harder, and it's just how the game went.
Obviously, you don't want to get hurt, but as a tight end, do you enjoy that challenge to be going off against big guys like that, going with big linebackers, try to take them down?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. I try never to say that like I'm going to rise to the level of the defender, but like I want to have great get off and be the hammer at the point of attack, and it's something I try to put that on film and show pride in my play style and my physicality. So, like going forward, it's something I'm going to continue to do. If something hurts, it's going to hurt regardless if I'm sitting on the sideline or if I'm playing. So, that's it.
Is that kind of style sustainable over a 17-game regular season? If you guys were to have to do that kind of workload every single week?
I don't know. We got a new thing going on in the building. Standards don't care about your feelings. I'm here for the 10 other guys that are going to be on the field, and I'm going to play for them. So.
I imagine you guys are already, you know, feeling pretty good coming off a good win against the Colts, and with Malik's play. But how much more has it even been a push? You know, seeing Jordan out there and being able to, you know, run out there with the quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's really just about trying to stay on the same page with the different pass throwers. Each guy has their own, you know, idiosyncrasies with the cadence, with how they motion you. So it's just about trying to be on the same page with each guy.
First true road game of the season. How are you feeling heading out to Tennessee?
I'm feeling great. I love Nashville. Personally, I did my combine prep there. Been there many other times to train for extended periods of time. So kind of like know my way around. So I'm going to try to get in a good supper before the night before the game.
Would it be fair?
It will be nice and hot. Yeah, the turf will be warm. Yes.
Is it fair to assume that you are a country music fan?
Yes, I do enjoy country music.
What do people who are going to Nashville for the first time need to know?
There's a lot of bachelorette parties in Nashville, like on those chug and sip cycle things, or sipping cycles.
Has had a number of turnovers so far this season. As a defense, are you guys thinking about that, ready to attack, trying to get some more, or are you not focused on the other quarterback, you just focus on you?
Absolutely. We've seen what he's put on tape, and we're holding out standard high in the defensive room, especially DB room, taking the ball away. Yeah, that's a goal. So yeah, that's what we want to do. No matter who the quarterback, but we just hope he gives us some more this week.
For some, people are wondering how's Keyshawn going to fit in this new defense. And I just saw something yesterday. You're one of the highest rated defensive backs so far this season. Just your own performance. I mean, it feels like you really, shined so far in this new defense.
Yeah, I like the defense. I played in it before. I went to the playoffs in this defense, so it was like second nature for me. And it really allowed me to use my assets and fly around and use my speed and tackle. And play man-to-man like I want to. I really like this defense a lot. It fits me really well. And just kudos to myself. I'm really locked in on it.
Is there any chip on the shoulder, like you want to prove people like how good of a defensive player you are? You're not just.
I think I know how good I am, and people around the league know how good I am. I just don't think Twitter likes me.
Why do you think that? The Twitter is just not.
Yeah, they don't like me.
I don't know if Twitter likes anybody.
Yeah, Twitter just don't like me.
It's not a real
I get alert. I had to take it off my phone yesterday. They be talking crazy. I don't know. They don't like me no more. They used to like me.
I'm going to start kicking you again. That's probably part of it.
That's it.
You guys are off 5 interceptions already. I think you had 7 total last year. How encouraging is that, and just being able to build off of that right off from the get-go?
Half and Coach Ansley, that's all they preach, and Coach RD, we got to get that ball. And they bring that attitude, and they bring that atmosphere to the defensive room, and we added X, and that's a big deal. I think X is 2 for 2 right now. We just got to keep adding on to it. That's our whole goal right now is take it away. We want to lead the league in turnovers, and right now I think we are, and we want to stay on top.
What have you seen from just the Titans through the first 2 games of the season, and just overall thoughts on, Bob, Ridley, just that whole group?
You know my rules. We played them this week. I ain't got nothing for you.
Do you feel like the defense is different this year, like a different vibe?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole new scheme for one, and I just feel like this defense really fits for this locker room. It lets the D-line rush and do what they do, and it lets the back end, when we do play zone and coverage, we got eyes on the quarterback the whole time, and we just fly around and hit, and then it allows us to man up and blitz. I think I've blitzed more in these 2 games than I did all last year, so it's a big kudos to Hafley for real.
Coach said, obviously it's going to be hot again on Sunday. Coach kind of said he changed the practice schedule a little bit with injury concern, just trying to keep people healthy. Have you noticed that helping a lot this week?
I don't know about all that. I mean, practice hurt regardless. But yeah, I also didn't know that Tennessee changed their field to turf now, so it's gonna be hot as hell. So I've been drinking a lot of water, and we'll be all right.
Gatorade in the can.
Gatorade in the can, yeah.
If you're on the field only 6 minutes and a half, again, that'd be pretty nice, right?
Yeah, run that ball.
I know you've said before you are not a fan of country music. Are you excited to be in Nashville, maybe wearing a cowboy hat or anything like that?
I'm definitely not going to wear a cowboy hat. But I have been in Nashville before, and they have really good food. And that's what I'm excited for, the food. I like the city. It's a nice city. There's nothing wrong with Nashville. It's just not really in the country. I'm a city boy.
Let's do it, man. Big dogs on me. Big dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Big dog.
That's the pride of them. Whether it's Jordan, whether it's Malik, our job is to run the football and protect the quarterback.
Love takes play action to Jacobs. Throws left side. Got Kraft down the left sideline.
You know some of our guys, Dalton Jenkins, Josh Myers, they're very prideful in what they do. So yes, they take it upon themselves. They put that on their back. They're going to work at it, whatever it takes.
Blitz is on. They pick it up. Rainbows right side. Dodds. Leaping grab. Sensational catch.
It's back to the grind this Sunday for the Packers O-line as they get set to combat the NFL's top passing defense through 2 weeks. Caleb Williams and Aaron Rodgers mustered just 269 yards through the air against the pressure-filled attack of the Titans.
They've got a good big front across the board. Their linebackers play downhill. They're just a very aggressive defense. So we're going to have our hands full. It'll be a good game.
It will be the 15th meeting all-time between these two teams and the second straight AFC opponent for the Packers. Head coach Matt LaFleur continues to impress against uncommon opponents as he looks for his fourth straight win against the opposing conference. The Titans are 0-2, but hey, on any given Sunday. Besides, the Packers are focused on themselves. And with a 1-1 start after 2 competitive games, there's a lot to like.
This is exactly what we wanted to see. Our guys are competing at a high level. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, but in terms of our effort and intensity is exactly what we want.
Security needs to be better. What do you have to do to make sure you hold on to it?
Just fundamentals. Pretty simple, really. Just fundamentals.
Sermons was telling us that he had to reset your fundamentals because sometimes, when you're cutting so quickly, the arm gets out wide to keep your balance. Is that?
Nah, it's just fundamentals.
Okay.
That's the only way I can say it. Like, right from wrong, you know what to do. Pretty much it.
Josh,
Yep.
how's the body feel after the week after having 32 carries in a game?
I feel good, man. I mean, practice all week. Legs was a little heavy on Wednesday. Felt great today, so I feel good.
How many carries could you go out and take Sunday if you had to?
However many it take to win, get a win, I'm good with it. Yeah.
With the quarterback situation still in flux, are you ready to carry a load like that once again for the offense?
Yeah, I mean, if we need it for sure. Like I said, I feel good. I took care of my body a lot this week, so I think I'll be all right for it.
In your career, when was the last time that you were counted on to have that many carries in a game?
See, I think in my career on average, I probably averaged 25 a game, something like that. So I'm kind of really used to it. So when they be saying, I'll be like, it's just another day, for real.
What was it like lining up with Jaden in the backfield? What'd you think as far as a running back there?
Hey, I told him one play, I was like, hey, we gonna switch. We gonna switch positions. You gonna run the ball and I'm gonna run the route, and we gonna see how it go. But nah, we just joke around. It is crazy to see him because he got a lot of speed, man. He got a lot of juice to him. So I like seeing the ball in his hands, watching him create. Sometimes I'll be out there, I'll be like, have to catch myself because I be watching instead of blocking or something. I'm like, dang. But yeah, I think he's gonna be good.
Would he make a better running back or you a better receiver?
He'll probably make a better running back. Yeah. If I was a receiver, I'd probably be in a slot running 10-yard routes. Keep it simple.
Josh, Coach Vrabel was telling us that you more than anyone was instrumental in instilling confidence in Malik last week and getting him ready.
Yeah.
What exactly did you do to maybe empower him, and how did you see him handle last week and then handle this week too?
Yeah. So I actually talked to Malik when he was in college. We had conversed a little bit. So when he had got here, obviously I just showed him love. But the only thing I was just telling him, man, was like, man, you made it here doing what you do, and just be confident in what you do. We know you only been here a couple of weeks. We know that, you got all the cards against you. Just go out there and play, and that's what I basically told him. Just go out there and play.
How has Jordan looked in practice this week?
He's looked all right. He's been limited, but he looks all right. Yeah.
Was there a team meeting?
I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about nothing, man. Look.
Josh, for you though, when the injury happened to Jordan, it flashed to you, and
Mm-hmm.
you just could immediately see a reaction. Thinking back to that moment and seeing him this week and what he's been out there doing,
Yeah.
what is that like just to see that?
Yeah, that moment was crazy because, I tell people, I mean, obviously the young guys was a big reason why I came here. Coach Rich was a big reason why I came here, but I would say he is probably the biggest reason why I came, So when I seen him, I was like, dang, I would start thinking about everything, but more so I was just for him, I know how much it means to him to go out there and play. I know what the kind of competitor he is. I know what kind of leader he is. So for me, it was just kind of dang, I hope it ain't that bad. I hope it ain't serious. But when I heard him screaming, I I kind of thought the worst. Yeah.
Simmons said this week nobody runs on the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
You smile. Do you take that as a challenge? I'm sure you take every week as a challenge, but
Yeah.
what makes their run defense tough to go against?
I mean, me personally, like I heard the comment. A lot of people sent it to me, and I don't really feel no type of way about it. I feel like if I was on defense, I'd be saying the same thing. You know, and running the ball or offensively, I feel like can't no defense stop us. So I would have said the same thing. But I mean, obviously they got a good defensive front. You know, the bad guys played a lot of football. You know, they're a physical team. So we gonna see.
They have new turf. Does that matter?
Yeah, I don't like the turf. I don't like the turf. I was preparing for grass. Now they told me turf. I'm trying to prepare for that. But the only reason why I don't like the turf, it's hard to cut on turf. You're faster, straight line speed, but like cutting and falling on it is the worst. So it is what it is, though. We're gonna go out there and try to secure a victory.
Did you ever go against Jeffrey Simmons in college?
Yep, college and in the league actually. So I know what kind of player he is. He's a great player. He's definitely one of the best at that position. So he definitely had my respect. Yeah.
You feel any type of way about the Heat? It's gonna be like 90.
Yeah, I mean, I have been preparing for that all week. Really starting really yesterday, just making sure my body's gonna be ready for it. My family gonna be there, so I feel more sorry for them sitting in it. But it's gonna be fun.
How do you prepare for the Heat? Is that just like more water than a normal week?
Yeah, you gotta overload the water. Overload. Like if you feel sick from drinking too much fluids, then you doing good. Yeah.
But no Josh Myers for you coming up, right?
Oh man, I ain't gonna. If I throw up, y'all won't ever see it, so it ain't even gonna. Yeah, nah, that was nasty.
You were asked about Jaden a little while ago.
Yeah.
He draws everyone's eyes. The same when he's in those positions, just because it's probably new to a defense and they're probably thinking something's up, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, not even just that. Like I said, he's a threat with the ball in his hands. I mean, he's one of them guys that can make plays when he gets the opportunity. So for him, it's just like it's hard to defend because if you get him on space, he can make guys miss. And I mean, he has a speed to take it out the top.
And that helps you then, right?
Oh yeah, always. It definitely helped me a lot because you gotta figure out what you're gonna defend, and once you stop one thing, you go to the other thing. So it definitely helps.
Especially if Malik Willis is getting the start again. I like the under in this Titans-Packers game. Every start that Willis has made in his career, that's been 4 of them, the games have come in under the total. So I see no reason to jump off that trend, especially because on the other side, the Titans defense has been really, really stingy so far this season. They made a lot of moves in the offseason, trading for Ernest Jones, L'Jarius Sneed, bringing in other pieces that have really made that a talented unit in the AFC South. So welcoming potentially Malik Willis, and even if it is Jordan Love, he's certainly not 100%. I like this game to come in under the total with that Titan defense helping big time.
This is a salty group. I think they've embraced that challenge. I think guys are ready to go.
Into the end zone, Dontavian West. Intercepted on the play by the Packers. It's Xavier McKinney. X marks the spot. And